Join the channel today to see the full interview and others.
And so I guess I just wanted to like, what do you think that this will ever like this type of storytelling is going to change, because we are seeing a lot of these films kind of fail at the box office. We just saw The Flash just now hit over 100 million in its third week, which is just abysmal. Shazam did absolutely awful. Indiana Jones did really bad too. I mean, Shazam only did 132.2 million total in this entire run domestically. So I was just wondering, like, do you think that there's a point where they're seeing this stuff and it's like, hey, it's not working. Our formula that we've been following isn't working anymore, and we need to try something different.
Yeah, they're trying to turn it around. I mean, every major film studio is tens of billions of dollars in debt. I was just reading the other day that the guy from Discovery Channel who took over Warner's was able to shave $9 billion off their debt, their $85 billion debt. Disney's even deeper in debt. Paramount, all of these companies, while they have some successful stuff, everything else is failing. And they didn't realize, I mean, the writing was on the wall that the superhero comic book based big CGI extravaganza, its day was coming to an end. And they didn't see it in time. And now they're having to write down movies, just not release them at all and take them as a loss. They're forced to do these things by economics. The other thing they're forced to do by economics is return to the kind of movies people actually want to see. And because they don't have the money anymore, they're relying on like mid-budget action films with reliable stars. And you can see them, they're on every slate. And then more horror movies being produced now than ever before by the major studios. I mean, ever in the history of cinema, because they're reliable money makers that don't cost so much to make. They really got to get cash in, so they got to start thinking about the audience again, instead of tisking us when we don't like their output.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I kind of agree with you. I mean, there's, like you said, there's example Extraction 2 on Netflix, then Insidious, The Red Door just made, I was reading $5 million on its Thursday preview, which is just, it's kind of close to what Indiana Jones made. so yeah, there you go. And the Blumhouse guy has made like a fortune off of like $10 million production budgets that are having like $80 million opening weekends.
Yeah, there's a mathematics to horror films. I mean, if you can keep the money low, even if it's a bad movie, even if it's not that great a movie, if the money's low enough, it'll make money. And then the higher the quality, you can spend a little bit more, but you don't want to spend a lot because you want that big return. And you don't need big stars for a horror movie. In fact, unknowns are better for a horror movie.
Yeah,
people just starting out. So yeah, I mean, their reality has regained its throne in Hollywood, and they're starting to actually realize, we really went in way too deep on the woke and way too deep on the sort of witless CGI popcorn movies. So we left all sanity behind. I mean, all of these things, the Marvel movies, the DC movies, Fast and Furious movies, they all just got worse over time, and audiences don't want to see bad movies.
Yeah, I think there's something onto that too, but it looks like DC is actually doubling down on the superhero stuff. So obviously they just announced their whole like Gunverse DC universe, like mainstream DC universe. But then there's also now they're talking about doing a Matt Reeves Batverse alongside of it. So it looks like they're gonna have like two like universes potentially going at the same time. And you're over here saying like the time of the superhero is over. What do you make of this move here by DC to kind of do like have them both going at the same time?
I see a debacle where they realize they've got to shave this down. Gunn has this slate of pictures that I doubt half of them will ever see the light of day, because they've got to look at them and go, they're not testing well, they're not doing well. That's the problem when a trend ends. Trends end very quickly, and you've got to be able to see it ending. And sometimes they end overnight. And then the studios are trapped with all of these movies. They're they're leading up to releasing that are part of that trend, and realize that none of these are going to bring back the money. So then on all of these movies, I mean, Batwoman is one of them, or Batgirl, or whatever it was. They look at it and they go, marketing this movie is throwing away another $100 million.
Click below to become a member today so you can have access to this full interview and